Santorini, an island member of Greece, is a popular tourist destination. This island has tremendous history that aligns itself in volcanology as well as earthquakes. Interestingly, it is the earthquakes that has been taking the major news of Santorini of late. As highlighted by the Google search, for the period of January 25 to February 7, 2025, Santorini has experienced over 1,000 earthquakes. This phenomenon is also considered as an earthquake swarm. To put it into context, in Jamaica, for the period of 2024, the total amount of earthquakes recorded would have amounted to over 300. So Santorini's earthquake swarm of over 1,000 in 2 weeks is more than 4 times the amount of earthquakes Jamaica experienced over an entire 12-month period. Based on data analyzed, as well as reports shared by scientists within the area, as well as media outlets, the earthquake swarm is attributed to plate movement and magma movement underneath the surface. The geographic location of Santorini situates it in what is considered as a volcanic arc. This volcanic arc arises as a result of subduction between two geologic plates. In this context, the two plates are the African plate and the Aegean Sea plate. It is this subduction that results in both the upwelling or rising of magma from the depths of the earth, as well as the movement of the earth itself in the form of earthquakes. As said earlier, Santorini has significant history in terms of its volcanology. As per Science Actually, Santorini's 1600 BCE volcanic eruption was considered as, or is considered as, the 6th largest volcanic eruption in Earth's recorded history. Visit Greece says that Santorini experienced a violent volcanic eruption once every 20,000 or so years. So violent is this eruption that it always results in the collapsing of its caldera, or in other words, part of the island will sink. At this time, it should be mentioned that the vent of Santorini's volcano is beneath the surface, or in other words, it is a marine volcano. Historical eruption of this volcano is said to have resulted in tsunamis, and these tsunamis would have reached as far as the island of Crete. This is proven through geologic deposits. Here's an interesting point. The bulk of the research that I came across would have focused on the Minoan volcanic eruption. However, work through researchers that is highlighted by the Columbia University specify a volcanic eruption almost or over 500,000 years ago that would have been over 30 times bigger than the Minoan volcanic eruption. Now, what I gather from this is that with research, continuous research, further research, we learn more. This now brings my attention here in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, the most recognized or familiar submarine volcano is the Kikemjeni, that is in Grenada. This volcano is considered as an active one, and this volcano is located within the volcanic arc of the Lesser Antilles. So if we're going to take into consideration the capacity of the Santorini volcano, it should basically be that we should focus on trying to get further information, data, as it pertains to the historic account or the historic activity related to submarine volcanoes and overall the volcanic arc within the Lesser Antilles. Like Santorini, the Caribbean depends heavily on tourism. Like Santorini, the Caribbean, specifically the Lesser Antillean Arc or the Lesser Antillean Volcanic Arc, has the capacity to experience earthquake swarms as a result of volcanic activity, to say the least. In this respect, the Caribbean should not be more so focused on reactivity. We should be proactive in investing in the area of research towards understanding the geology as well as the seismic relations that we can gather so that we can be in a better position to respond from an era of emergency preparedness. We should use what it is that we are seeing taking place in Santorini and basically do our due diligence so that we too can be prepared. Take into consideration that even as far as Jamaica is in relation to the location of confirmed volcanic arc of the Caribbean plate, we should not be taking for granted the reality of the recent tsunami advisory, specifically as a result of that magnitude 7 plus earthquake. It is obviously the case where we can see an increase in intensity of seismic activity at various locations throughout the Caribbean. Just like is the case of Santorini and Greece, what it is that we should be doing over here is doing the necessary research to be in a better position to safeguard not only our residents, but the tourists as well.